Hey everybody, it's Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table on My Style Mondays. This week I am with the beautiful Kay Riley. She is a committed professional real estate advisor, expert, consultant. She knows it all. Okay, she can help you get your dream home, office, whatever you need. She is the expert. She spent her career, she started her career in real estate after 15 years in risk contract management. Okay, so she knows a thing or two about getting you the best deal and knows contracts, and she knows how to read them and understand them. So you're going to get it. You're going to get what you're supposed to get. She's going to protect you. Okay, her exceptional customer service, communications, strong work ethic. And listen, this woman is one of the hardest working women I know. I mean, she works hard. So that is a fact. I can attest to that. She has a lot of knowledge of different ends of the real estate industry, contracts, business, B2B and residential. So she can really help you, and she's going to share tips with us. She's going to let us know, because I'm going to ask her a question, is it still good to invest in real estate? She's going to tell us that and share some tips and knowledge to make sure that we're doing our due diligence, so we're prepared to get the best deal and get our dream homes. Also, she is going to talk to us about, okay, real estate, the women are out there looking good. She's going to talk about her professional style and her mommy and me style, because little Marley is dressed so cute. Oh my God, always.
Oh,
Kay, welcome to the show.
thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'm so excited. So this is great. Thank you, Yolanda.
So first off, Beauty, tell me about this market. There's so much, the interest rates are going up. Is this a good time to buy? What about all these corporate buyers? Is it still a good time for the individual to purchase a home?
You know what? I say to everyone that asks that question, is it a good time for you? I'm one of those people that when you come to me, I like to know, what your goals are, where you're wanting to be in the next 3 to 5 years, where you are positioned in terms of your finances, your credit, your employment, and then really putting together a customized approach to developing a solution that might work for you. I'm really focused on meeting my client where they're at, regardless of if they're wanting to continue leasing and then maybe, propose a solution to purchase within a year or 2 years. Our team specializes in putting together that specialized and customized approach. So I really focus on meeting my client where they're at. If you were to ask me if it's a good time to buy, I would say, well, is it a good time to buy based on your comfortability level? What do you perceive to be, where you want your payment to be? What type of home do you envision to be in right now? Is this going to be your forever home? More than likely, probably not. But let's talk about, how you can win in whatever strategy you want to employ to achieving your real estate goals. So, the market is shifting. If you're expecting for, and I'm in the Georgia market, so, the home prices are relatively still at a good level, but they have increased because of the type of industry that we attract here in the Metro Atlanta area. But I want to know, hey, what is your budget? What does your credit profile look like? What does your financial profile look like? And does that align with where you are now? And does that align with the current housing inventory market? And does that align with where you want to be in 3 to 5 years?
So you keep it real. You help. Listen, you have to know where you are and be real with where you are in order to really get started and capitalize on things, or wait. Like you said,
Absolutely.
and doing that speaks to your ethic. You are definitely a very ethical business person. And so you're going to be honest and say, hey, maybe this isn't the time for you.
Absolutely. Because I don't, this is one of the biggest purchases that, you'll ever make in your life. And I want you to be well rounded, well educated, and understand from beginning to end what that process looks like and how it's going to impact you and your family. So, I can guide you through it. I can educate you through it. My team is set up so that we have a well rounded team. We have lender partners, we have mortgage partners, insurance, and they really take the time. And what I appreciate about them most is that they take the time to break down what it is that you're getting into. So when it comes to the lending side, my lenders will provide very thorough breakdown of what the numbers look like. No question is a crazy question because this is a big commitment. It's a big purchase. So I never want you to go into anything blindly. um, we really focus on being intentional with education and communication. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever I'm doing, no matter what time of the day or what day of the week, you're going to get a response from myself or someone in my team in less than 24 hours, because I never want you to feel that, you're out here in this world moving blindly. So I
Mm-hmm.
really make sure that I worked with individuals on my team that are really committed to communication and transparency. And that's really the foundation of our business, is being transparent, communicating effectively, and educating our clients.
Yeah, communication is key. I know in my business, I'm just like, just tell me, let me know if I'm on the right track. If you communicate with me, we can get a lot of good work done.
Yes. And I
And
expect the same
yeah.
from my clients. If I'm delivering that level of service, and we're really giving our all to making sure that you're successful. I say it from the very beginning. If we're going to work together, I expect, you to meet me where I'm meeting you. So, it's a partnership. It's almost like we're married. And it doesn't just end at, the keys transferring to the new owner. We're in a marriage for a while, because my clients, they're like family to me, and I make sure of that, and that I make that connection very intentional from the very beginning.
See, that's a wonderful experience because it's already stressful, especially, if you're a new couple, if you're a young couple, or if you're, or even like, my age group, we're all starting to talk about downsizing and, where we want to be located and possibly relocating and to different areas that suit more of our lifestyles and things like that. So it is an important decision. And, sometimes you're dealing with two people, and they're different personality types and so it's definitely, I definitely admire you.
Like I said, you have to meet your client where they are at. You have to learn how to pivot and adapt in this industry, because, like you mentioned, you're going to have a type A client, that you're working with in 1 hour. Then the next hour, you're going to have a really laid back, relaxed, go with the flow client. And that's what I love about this business, is that it keeps you fresh. It keeps you moving. You have to make sure that you're also ever evolving, that you're educating yourself as well, so that you're educating your clients, but also having fun. One thing that I have moved away from saying is that, oh my goodness, I had a stressful day, or I had a long day, or it's been a crazy day. I just started saying it's been a dynamic day. I'm used to that work now. It's been a dynamic day, and as a realtor, you do have a lot of dynamic days, but that is what makes this business so fun and so rewarding.
So do you have like a story you can share with us with where you felt like, man, you just really felt amazing after you walked away from that sale, and how your client felt?
They're all so different, but yes, I recently just had a sale. of a home that a family had lived in and they had kids, and another family was moving in that had kids. And when you're working on one side, you don't often get to see that human factor of the other side, the party that's selling or the party that's buying. Because as an agent, you oftentimes are working one sided. I mean, there are occasions where you're dual sided, meaning that you're representing both the buyer and the seller.
Mhm.
But 90% of the time, you're either representing the seller or the buyer. And the way that, this industry is structured, we don't, as an agents, we don't necessarily have that communication or human factor with the other party, who's the buyer, who's the seller. So when you actually get a chance to meet them at the closing table and pass the keys, or they pass the keys to one another, there's oftentimes these stories of, why are you selling? Or, why are you buying? Or what's making you move to this area? So my last closing, not last, but a closing that I had not too long ago, a few months ago, my client had been searching for quite some time, had been searching for a while, kept getting, offer after offer, not accepted. And that's pretty common in this market still, especially in some areas in Metro Atlanta, and still very competitive. And so I just kept telling them, hey, stay encouraged. These are, some of the tactics that we're going to employ in our next offer. And, I'll offer feedback as to why our offer was not accepted, and that it was nothing that, they did as a buyer, that they weren't unqualified, or that, we didn't present as our team to make sure that their offer was pushed through, the top. But when we finally got the offer submitted, my client, or offer accepted on this house, my client fell in love with the house from the very beginning. She was, like, oh my God, this is it. I really, really want this house, Kay. You really got to make magic happen. And so I said, okay, well, I'm not going to promise you the moon and the stars, but we'll do our best. And so we got the offer accepted. 45 days later, because this was kind of an extended closing for different reasons, met at the closing table. And when we got there, we asked the questions, hey, how are you doing? Sign the paperwork and, okay, give me my keys. But this one was a little different. The seller had really put a lot of love into this house. When I say a lot of love, he customized things in the home down to, the front door. His kids had been in the neighborhood schools for, whatever amount of time. He really did not want to sell. And one of the things that he shared with us is that he was selling to give his children a better quality of life outside of the US. And that if he could pick his home up and take it with him to where he was going, he would. But it was really hard for him to sell that home. And at one point, he had to walk away with tears in his eyes
Mhm.
from the closing table. And he left the room, and everyone was just like, it was just, you really felt the empathy, and you really started to build that connection with somebody who, from the beginning, you just saw their name on paper. And now you're getting that human element factor, hey, this was really personal. This was somebody's home. It wasn't just about collecting a check at closing and they walk away, and now, you have a new home. So it's making me emotional, but you see this very often, and just the story that he gave us behind, the things that he did in his home while why he was moving. It was just very, very touching. So ironically, the buyer and the seller, gained a partnership, a relationship at the closing table, and now, they're good friends. They still communicate.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
me and the agent that represented the seller, we became good friends, and actually we have lunch scheduled here in the next couple weeks. But it's not a competition. I never go into any transaction that I'm with as competing with the other side, or trying to, strong arm the situation. Because at the end of the day, my clients aren't going to win if I'm not presenting or building that relationship on the other side. This is a relationship based business. And it doesn't just start at the agent level. It flows down to the clients. And, just based off my direction and how I like to lead my business, with it being a relationship based business, that same effort or that same feeling transferred to my client, and now she has a relationship with the seller. So
I think that's awesome. I just love when people just connect, and I
mhm,
love connecting people, and I love to see that transformation and that connection. I think it's so it fills my spirit, it
yeah.
fills my soul. So I'm sure everybody was just like really connected, and that's a beautiful
Mhm.
story to share. Thank you for sharing that story with us.
Tears
That's
turned to keys. We got
yeah.
tears and keys at the same time. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's so awesome. That's awesome to be a part of something like that that's changing lives
Yes.
and
And that's
inspiring
the
others.
goal. That's the goal, to change lives one key at a time. And that's really what this is about. The
Wow, I love
tears and
that.
the smiles.
Yes, that is beautiful. Give us some tips. Like, so are there any like three, 3 to 5 like tips that you have to help people, like people, the things that maybe people don't really think about, or it's most of the time we are all like dreamy eyed. We want the moon and the stars, and we may only have like the clouds in our pockets and not the moons
Right.
and the stars, to help us keep us grounded.
hmm Well, first, let me just start. I think one of the questions that you asked me earlier is if it's still a good time to buy. Absolutely. If you are in the market to buy and you want to be a homeowner, it's a perfect time to buy. And one of the reasons why I say that it's a perfect time, and my lenders will tell you the same thing, is that right now you really have less competition. If you think about
Mhm.
what was going on in 2020, 2021, and all the way up
Mhm.
until, second, third quarter of 2022, interest rates were, two, three, and fours, which, was really unheard of in terms of, our economy and in the market. We had never been in that position, I don't think, ever. So a 2%, a 2.5% interest rate was unheard of. So you had
Right.
people, even though the prices were elevating, you had people who knew the interest rates is what ultimately drives the payment. And to, be at a 3% interest rate in 2021, you're coding. But you had a lot of competition. So you had, people who were qualifying for a 3% interest rates, but you also had 50, 60. I had one client submit an offer, it was 50 other offers on the table. So you had 50, 60 offers on one home. There's only one person who's going to get that home. And now
Right.
that same stampede is now scrambling to the next home. So we didn't get this one. Now everybody who didn't win is moving over to this home. So you saw the increase in competition, not only for homes, but also a bidding war for homes. Sellers were very reluctant to give any concessions, really do any repairs on homes.
Right.
And it was the wild, wild west. But right now, interest rates, so they are higher, you have less competition. So sellers are now more willing to offer concessions or incentives, whether that be in, offering money towards your closing costs, offering money towards at closing towards buying down your rate, a
Mhm.
fixed rate. They are also more willing to do repairs and putting more investment into upgrades before they list their home. So if interest rates, when they do come down, I can't guarantee they're going to be 2 and 3%, but
Right.
when they do soften, you can refinance at any time and lower, get that payment lower. But also, I tell my clients there's a lot of good strategies that my team can employ and customize for you, where you can still win. It could be the seller contributes X amount of money towards buying down your rate. So now you go from 7.25 to, hey, 6% interest rate. That's much better than 7.25. Let's
Right.
see what those numbers look like, and let's figure out how much money we need in seller contributions to get that fixed interest rate buy down. But also, you don't have 50 offers on a house, at best, depending on, the area that you're searching in. I've seen anywhere between maybe none, sometimes two. Again, I have seen in certain areas, especially with school starting in our region, um, you know, 10, 20 offers. It just depends. It just depends on the house. It depends on the area. It depends on the buyer, the week, the day. But
Right.
you don't have this hyena and this craziness of people overbidding and the competition. So I just wanted to put that out there, that it's an awesome time to buy if you think about and you talk about the different options that are afforded to you right now. If I were to give someone 3 to 5 tips on how they could be successful in this market, whether they're thinking of buying right now or buying in the next 3 to 6 months, the first thing I would say is flexibility. Be flexible with what it is that your wants and needs are. I always tell my clients, write down your list. What are your wants and what are your needs? Are you flexible? Can we find 80% of what's on your list? Absolutely. If you're looking for 100% of what's on your list, we're probably not a good a good match.
Like dating.
I
You
say
know, you meet somebody, you get 80% out of them. Nobody's giving 100%. If you
nobody's
get 80%, you got a good
right.
deal.
Even new construction, you'll be surprised, Yolanda. You would think with building a brand new house, it's going to be perfect. I've seen people build brand new homes and they're definitely not getting 100% of what they wanted or needed. You're going to have to, be reasonable and be flexible. The next thing I would say is, I would say credit. Right now, is a good time while the market is somewhat, not as crazy, to really focus on preparing yourself financially. And that could be to make sure that, you have the capacity, meaning your finances are in order. You've done your taxes, you've worked on your job for whatever the time period, is required for that loan, and that you're working on your credit. Don't be afraid to, a lot of people are afraid to rip the Band-Aid off because they feel they're embarrassed or they don't want to be exposed. But I tell my clients or my prospective clients, when you're honest with me, then I can be honest and find the best approach so that you can win. The Band-Aid is going to get ripped off, whether it's now or it's later. So let's
Right,
talk. Um, really being honest about where you are credit wise, and then how can we get you to a point where things have been improved. My lender partners have great access to resources where they can put you on a plan and, kind of talk through different scenarios and different things that you can do to improve your credit. But that's another tip, credit, capacity, your finances, flexibility. The other tip I would give buyers is to be reasonable. We're no longer in that depending on where you are, we're no longer in that 2016, 2017 market where you can get, a 6-bedroom home with granite countertops and, heated marble floors for $100,000. The prices are, you know, the prices are not coming down. And if you had envisioned, oh, my neighbor had this house and he bought it for this price, or, my cousin bought his house in 2018 and he spent $200,000. Why is his house $400,000?
It just is what it is.
This is what it is. So, let's talk about let's be reasonable. If we're not going to put sweat equity into something, or if you're not willing to be flexible with location or flexible with size, or, maybe come up on your purchase price, then, let's really talk about what your expectations are. And I want my clients to have the expectations that are reasonable based on where we are in this market.
Okay. Okay. And
Oh, and the other last tip is have fun with it. It's just like going to the mall. You have all these stores, and all the stores have all this, stuff inside. It's clothes, it might be makeup, might be shoes. Every store has something different, just like every home has something different. And when you go to the mall, you walk in and out, you might pick up something, you might not buy, but have fun with it. And the only way you're going to have fun with it is if you're preparing yourself to have fun. It's not a stressful, it shouldn't be a stressful situation. It shouldn't be a stressful experience. And having someone on your side that's advocating for you, educating you, giving you the tools and resources to be successful, it's going to be fun. Now, will it always be fun? You might have to get on the elevator and press the button and wait for a while while you're shopping. Or,
Mhm.
you might have to get on the escalator and be behind the crowd that's not moving. Or, the store might be closed and the mall might be closed. You might not be able to find what you want right now, but let's come back to it tomorrow and, the mall will be open. So just have fun. Yeah, have fun.
See, shopping for homes is just like shopping for shoes.
Yes. Yes. So let's go shopping.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you're always looking for the best deal and you're always looking for top quality and all of that, just like when you're shopping,
Mhm. And we have
get treated the
coupons.
same way.
Yeah,
At
we can
the
get you a
way.
coupon, we can get you a sale, but let's go shopping, let's have fun.
Exactly. Exactly. Because this is an investment. It's an investment in
Absolutely.
your future, but it should be fun. It should be
Mhm.
relaxed and don't let it stress you out. And
Right.
having someone like Kay to help you, my goodness, that definitely um, helps relieve the stress. It takes the temperature down, especially if you're coming off work and you've got to see these houses and, you know, um, having that positive energy, from your specialist, um, definitely takes the temperature down and helps you relax and reminds you, this is fun. This is something for you. This is a beautiful thing. This is
Yes.
exciting. This is an
Right.
exciting thing,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about, how you dress. You are running around the Atlanta metro area. You're in the car, you're running from home to home. What are some of your go to looks?
I try to keep a uniform, and my mom taught me that very early. It might not be, what you consider a uniform, but I try to have my go-to pieces. So I- I'm not what you won't see me in is 5-inch stiletto heels. It's not- but I you won't see me in 5-inch stiletto heels. But I like a very comfortable and tailored look. I like my style is somewhat shifted lately now that I'm a mom too. So really comfortable cotton pieces, breathable pieces, flowy pieces. But also I would say that my style is comfy chic. Is that a good
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
comfy chic?
listen. I love it. I love it.
Comfy chic,
These
very
brands,
nice. I'm all, especially now, when you're walking, especially when you go to these new construction communities or you're going to 3 or 4 houses in a day and you're up and down stairs. I can't do that in 5-inch stiletto heels. My knees would give out. And so I have, my go-to shoes that I wear that can work with any outfit. I make sure I have a nice comfortable, lightweight laptop bag to be ready to go on and take my office anywhere. But just a really tailored, comfortable, chic, breathable, cool, because you're in and out of cars regardless of the season. You're gonna get hot. Just staying very cool and comfortable. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
yeah, the temperatures have been absolutely, absolutely insane.
97
So
here, I
yeah.
think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So having it breathable and comfortable and flowy, yet still feeling pretty,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
I say I
and
stick to my
polished.
same colors, black, white, navies, creams. My papa color has to be orange. So if I
Yeah.
were if I were to venture out, maybe one day I wanted to put something on a little fun, it would probably be a cute orange shirt or coral
Hmm.
or a cute orange or coral shirt or a dress. Yeah.
Now, what's your mommy style?
Mommy style would probably be you're gonna kill me for this, Yolanda. Mommy style is probably summertime a good maxi dress, or I'm probably in a some workout gear. Was it Lululemon or Lulu?
Listen, women, our moms are living in athleisure. I mean,
Athleisure, yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's what we do. I do. I
Hmm.
do. I'm running around. I just make sure I'm cute and coordinated because I don't want to look like, oh, she's going through something, you
Right.
know. But it's a part of your lifestyle,
Hmm. Right.
and I would bet because of time, sometimes already being dressed in your cute athleisure gear,
Hmm.
you don't have an excuse not to exercise. Okay. Well, that's my reasoning for
Yes.
it.
I'm gonna write that down. You don't have an excuse to exercise if you're already dressed. I
Right.
dress.
If you're already in, you just have to do it. You have to
Right.
do it. Now, I must admit, there are times I'm walking around the house and I put it on and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to work out. And a million things come up and it doesn't happen. But,
Right.
I'm like,
Then it's 9 o'clock and you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. But
right. I'll
yeah.
keep this little outfit right here. Yeah.
No, I will say I'm looking at because of my schedule, it's really hard for me to stick sometimes to a routine of going to the gym and then you have all the equipment you have to get to or whatever. I'm looking at Pilates. Yeah, because I
Oh,
know that they have a certain time that they do certain classes and that will, fit into my schedule. So yeah, I'm thinking about Pilates. Maybe that'll motivate me to not just wear the athleisure clothes, but actually go.
okay. Actually, participate in it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Well, Miss Kate, thank you so much for
Yes.
sharing your time with us and your treasures. You've given us a lot to think about.
Mhm.
I am totally thinking about shopping for real estate in a different way. I'm going to treat it just like I shop for shoes and
We're going
start
to the
looking.
mall.
Yeah, like you're at the mall and really embrace and enjoy the fact that you're blessed enough to have the opportunity to even look for a house. It's a blessing, and you
Absolutely.
should feel excited about the blessing and the
Yes.
opportunity.
Yes. Yes. I agree. I agree. And thank you for having me. This has been wonderful. This has been a great interview. So I'm not going to call it an interview, a great conversation. So
That's
thank
right.
you.
That's right.
Yes.
I love to talk. I'm
Yes.
I'm addicted to talking, so this thing is perfect for me. This I
You're
enjoy
doing
it.
amazing. This is an amazing platform. So I really am just honored to be here, and I'm glad that you're putting this together for ladies like
Oh,
me. Yes, thank you.
oh, and thank you guys. Hey, you guys, Kay is going to drop her information in the comments so you can get in contact with her directly, especially if you're in the Atlanta metro area.
Anywhere, my team is in over 50 states. So whether you need my assistance here in Georgia, I can help you directly, or if it's outside of Georgia, whether it be DC, North Carolina, Texas, Ohio, New York, all the way to California. We have our team spans across the country. So wherever you are, we can be there. Um,
Wow.
yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. So that's awesome. She's going to drop her information. You guys can get in contact with her directly. And you guys know where you can find me. I am Yo Taylor at the Style Table, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. And please watch and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate the support. At the Style Table LLC is the official YouTube and Facebook page where you can see Kay and other fabulous women talking about their business and their style on My Style Mondays every Monday at 7 p.m. See you next week. Bye, you guys.